You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. You're here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Eggert on the other line. Eggert, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Q&E Podcast. Today, we are reviewing Snowfall Episode 5, The Get Back. So good to have another episode of Snowfall, man. This had a lot in this episode. I feel like they dragged it just a little bit. I feel like they could have put just a little bit more in there, but this definitely is the best episode so far to me this season.
I was about to say, I loved everything.
I
thought it moved good. I thought the pacing was good and all that.
It was, but I felt like they could have put a little bit more. It was certain scenes in there
What more
that I
did
was
you
like,
need? What more you wanted?
I don't know. It was just certain scenes where I was like, okay, that scene probably could have been a little bit longer. Or like the scene where Franklin was talking to his mama. I'm like, that was a whole scene that they wasted. Damn, they're like, we didn't really need that scene
mama
per se. Exactly.
Talking to mama about what?
You don't even remember.
Because I don't remember that being a big part at all.
That's what I'm saying.
The only
like
thing they could have put in here was like a male scene. That was it. That's the only thing that was missing. Other than that, they hit on everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like that scene was just wasted to me. I was like, that minute and a half that they spent talking, that could have been a minute and a half.
This nigga talking about a minute and a half of scenes. So you complain?
You mean a
minute? No, that'd be you.
No,
I never said anything about a minute and a half of a scene. I be talking about I want Mel. If Mel would have filled that minute and a half, I would have been cool. Even
that's
better than I'm feeling right now.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not mad that they did this. I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. I love the episode. This is my favorite episode so far this season. I'm just saying, like, I feel like they just drug it just a little bit. Like, I think it was the commercials. I feel like it was the commercial breaks that I'm like, y'all dragging it. Like, I don't know. I feel like Hulu not Hulu, but FX got to chill with these commercials when it comes to Snowfall.
This episode was great, man. I don't know what else to say about it, but the biggest thing I took away from this after everything that was going down, Franklin and Leon getting back together, Manboy and Skully look like they could possibly start a truce. Reporter Irene was the biggest takeaway for me because she's starting to get the whole newspaper on her side now, actually being a part of this investigation that she's about to dive into. So you're giving somebody like Irene a battery in her pack now. She about to go crazy with all these resources they about to give her to dive into this investigation. That's the biggest takeaway I got from this episode. Irene about to go crazy. For real.
Yeah, I totally agree. And just like you said, the biggest plot points to me, I got 3 of them for this episode. Leon's fate is in Franklin's hands. I feel like that's the biggest plot point from this episode. Like you just said, Irene gets the support to push her story forward from the newspaper. And Gustavo demands some compensation. I feel like that was a big point in this episode as well. So those are my biggest plot
Gustavo got me hot, bro. Gustavo got me hot. I'm telling you, bro. Teddy need to cut ties with that nigga and find somebody else to do business with, bro. He's slipping up way too much, my nigga. He's slipping up way too much. And I said that last week, how it feels like him and Franklin go through like similarities on like their paths. And I'm feeling like he's going through the same thing when it comes to Gustavo, like that Franklin is going through with Leon. It's like, man, I think it's best if y'all both just cut ties because I feel like they're really dragging y'all at this point. I think Gustavo is dragging Teddy, and I think Leon is dragging Franklin because now he's starting to get all these ops looking at him now because of what Leon had did. Now I think Gustavo's starting to weigh him down as well, getting arrested and all that bullshit.
But I feel like Gustavo is a much better partner than Leon at this moment because at least Gustavo came, like we'll dive into it, but Gustavo came to Teddy and look, I'll do what I need to do. I'll get clean, blah, blah, blah. But I'm asking for this, and this. Like, I'm willing to work with you. He did that when they had to kill Fuentes and everything. Mm-hmm. Like, he told them then, too, like, I'll go by your rules on how we're going to go about this as long as we kill him at the end of the day. And then now they're in another situation where it's like, hey, okay, I'll get clean. I'll mind my manners with how I handle situations, but I'm asking for X, Y, and Z. But with Leon,
that's not my biggest part, though, when it comes to Gustavo. My biggest part was when he got arrested. When he got arrested, he had said something like, I'm in the CIA or some shit he had said. I'm like, my nigga, why would you say that? Even though you drunk and you say whatever when you drunk, I'm like, bruh, that's some slip-up shit that you really can't have when you're a part of this organization. Because what if they start doing research on this nigga and say, this nigga ain't in the CIA? Maybe they just pass it off as just drunk talking, just drunk speaking. What if they actually would have did some research and like put some things together? I don't know. When he said something about the CIA when he got arrested, I was like, man, I ain't fucking with Gustavo. He doing a little too much for me, dog. Doing a little too much.
He's slipping up right now, but Gustavo is still one of my favorite characters. I rock with Gustavo. I really like him. Let's go ahead and dive into the show. We get to the first scene of the show. Leon and Fatback burn the car that they were in when the drive-by happened, and they separate. Fatback goes his way. They didn't show Fatback at all in the episode after that part. And
Fatback could be dead already.
I hope not. I hope not.
Fatback could be dead already.
I really hope they ain't get Fatback because Fatback funny as hell. I love Fatback. And Leon gave him all the cash that he had at the moment and told him like we can't be seen together and all that. So I'm just looking like, damn, Leon really like on his own right now. Like he ain't got no ride. Like he ain't got nobody on his side. He ain't got no bodyguard with him. Man, I ain't know how to feel. I was scared for Leon at the beginning of the episode.
I expected this though, and that's why I said the Franklin and the Leon reunion was inevitable, bro. You have nobody. Franklin is the only person that you depend on because this is the time where you really don't want to be by yourself. And we seen in the future scenes in this episode when he was by himself what type of things that he was going through with the hallucinations and things like that. So at least you had a nigga like Franklin to give you a place to stay and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though Franklin still got some decisions to make.
And then we get to the next scene with Khadijah and Skully. They're at the morgue in the hospital area for their daughter, Tiana. She's not telling the police anything. The police are asking her, look, could you tell us who you seen? Can you tell us what necessarily happened? Like how did you get in this situation? Khadijah ain't saying a damn thing. She like, in her head, she like, I know how I want to handle this, and y'all not finna help me at all. So Khadijah ain't saying nothing. Skully going through it right now. He lost his baby girl. Like he a whole wreck right now. And Khadijah on full get back mode.
Yeah, I like her mentality when it came to this because I feel like a lot of parents would just want to see the person that killed their daughter just arrested and get justice for them. But she like, nah, we finna ride out on this nigga. I don't give a fuck what y'all trying to do with the police reports and none of that. We finna ride out. I got my nigga right here and I got my brother who finna ride out. So I understood her mentality. You know what I'm saying? So it made sense to me. But I like how they tied because I remember last week we were having that conversation if that was Skully's daughter or not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad they ended up like intertwining the two. Like so they're gonna have to, or it's look like they're gonna have some type of truce and maybe ride out on Franklin them. I don't know, but I like that. That's why I predicted that like damn near the whole season. Like it felt like y'all have to come together because y'all see both of the ops are pointed in y'all direction. Y'all might as well team up to get them. So I like the direction y'all going in and intertwining their families and shit. I fuck with that with Snowfall.
Yeah, because I was the main one questioning. I was like, hold on now. Like, just because it's Manboy niece, we not 100% certain that's Skully daughter.
No, but you got to remember though. But they was riding. She was riding with Skully's people though. That was Skully people she was riding with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, oh yeah, that was Skully daughter. But when you said that, I was like, damn, that might not be Skully daughter. So
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I ain't want to go all in with that just yet. But I'm glad, just like you, I'm glad they tied that together. And then with the next scene, Leon goes home to get cash and go on the run. But he finds out that his mother stole his money from the backyard. This man hid 20 G's in the backyard and she stole it. She spent it on the kids, but she spent it for medical bills, just bills around the house, all the kids' expenses that they really needed to be paid.
How did you feel about that? How did you feel about that? Because I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at that she did it. So how did you feel about it?
You ain't mad?
I wasn't mad that she did it. She did what she had to do. You leaving money in the back, you like me not to take it? Hell no, you ain't. What she said, you ain't been around in months. My nigga, yes, I'm gonna take that money, my nigga. I got kids to take care of, and you not taking care of them, my nigga. If I gotta take your stash, my nigga, I'm gonna take your stash. I understood the mom's mentality. If she don't got it, and I got 20,000 land in the backyard, I gotta do what I gotta do. I understood it, bro. I was not mad at all.
If my mama watched this, I'm sorry, but the way I would have cussed my mama.
You can cuss me all I want to. I gotta take care of my kids.
No, bro.
Cuss me all you want to, bro. I gotta take care of my people, dog.
That's
you
not
gonna
your
take care
money.
of them. It don't matter. It don't matter.
Okay.
You in the game. You in the game. You can get more money. I can't get more money. I'm trying to stay clean.
First off, she didn't need to spend all $20,000. I highly doubt that all $20,000 were spent on the kids.
You never said she used all 20.
Like You clearly see she only gave him like $50, so clearly she
said that's all I got right now. I don't know what she got going on. She could be in the bank. It could be in the bank.
Bro.
It could be in the bank.
I can't sit here and believe that you would just be okay with it. If you're in a situation that Leon is in and you need the money right now,
no, I'm talking about from the mom's perspective. I'm taking that money, bro, to take care of my kids, bro. And
I don't care about
Leon,
that.
you got to understand that. That's why Leon was mad, but he understood it at the end of the day because he could have, like you said, cussed his mama out. But he was frustrated because he knows what he's going through, but he wasn't mad, bro, or he wasn't going crazy or whatever because he's like, damn, she did take care of my people at the end of the day. My people do got issues.
I'm not saying I wouldn't have been understanding. What I'm saying is you still would have got cussed out. Like, still would have snapped on you.
I got you 20K. I'm cool. Cuss me out. I got you 20K.
I still would have snapped on you, bro. Like, no, that's not cool. I get it. You used it for what you used it for, but no, I put that money back there for emergencies. Like, that's not your money. At the end of the day, I don't care. That's not your money.
Leon had more money. Leon had more money. She knew Leon had more money.
We seen that later, but it's like, shit, I need that money too. Like, I'm literally in a life or death situation. Like, and I'm just supposed to be okay with. I'm understanding. I didn't say
he was supposed to be okay with it, but I'm saying from the mom's perspective, she got to do what she got to do. She got what, 4, 5 kids? Like, she got to do what she got to do, dog. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I took your money. Oops.
Like, no, I'm mad as hell about that. You different from me, cause boy, I'd have been. Mama would have got cussed out and everything, bro. But she told him he can't stay there no more. He got to be out on his own. She gave him her house robe. It just told him to be safe, basically. And then we get to the next scene where Manboy pulls up on Khadijah at the morgue and tries to find out who killed his niece. And he's apologizing to her in the process. He's telling her, look, I know I ain't been the best big brother growing up, but I did what I had to do to protect y'all. But you need to tell me who killed my niece. And she took it a little offensive at first. She was like, you really trying to use my daughter as a get out of jail free card? But he was like, we family at the end of the day. Like, it's our responsibility to be there for each other, even if we don't fuck with each other like that. So I was proud to see Manboy do that. Because a lot of people don't like Manboy. I like Manboy character. He's smart. He's shrewd. And I feel like he's tactical. That's why I don't feel like if it was between Manboy and Skully, who I had to choose who would die first, I put all my chips that Skully would die first. Because Manboy is just too tactical with how he do shit. So I love the fact that he went and apologized to Khadijah and really tried to figure out who did this so he could set it straight.
I'm indifferent to Manboy. I don't feel one way or another about him. But yeah, it was a cool scene though. I didn't take too much from it.
And then next scene, what was right after that? We see Leon again. He's living under a bridge around the homeless people and stuff like that. And it's super cold outside. And he looking like, bro, I got to get inside somewhere. So he gets the idea to go to the shelter. Granted, he didn't know it was Franklin's dad's shelter, but he just seen all the homeless people saying, we finna go to the shelter. So that's where Leon decides to go to. Did you pull anything from that small?
He didn't know it was his dad's shelter. I thought he knew that.
I don't think so. I don't think he knew that was his dad's shelter.
Alton now had that shelter for a little minute now.
But when we seen his dad have that shelter, that was like the end of season 3. And we didn't really see where Leon was in the last episode of season 3. And going into season 4, you notice Leon ain't really fucking with Franklin. So does Leon know what Franklin's parents have been doing over the past amount of time? Because you notice, like, when Franklin gave him that apartment, he didn't really know that was one of the buildings Franklin owned. So I'm like, how much has Leon missed out on knowing what Franklin and his people are doing? So that's why I don't think he knew that was Franklin's dad's shelter.
He ain't know Franklin had apartments. I thought he knew Franklin was in real estate.
I don't know. I think Leon missing out on a lot of shit. I think
he probably is, because he be focused on, like, you know what I'm saying, just the game and not like the actual, like, the business and the real estate and the other shit outside of it. But I thought he knew about the real estate. But yeah, you can go on. Yeah, I ain't take too much further other than he got caught. Like, he got caught. He got caught in there. And even if he did know about Alton's having the shelter, maybe he didn't think Alton was gonna tell Franklin. Maybe he thought that he had the trust between all, like, man, don't tell nobody, I'm in here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Something along those lines, but I don't know. Maybe he thought he had some type of trust.
And then what happens over after that? Franklin and Manboy pulls up on Franklin, Louis, and Jerome, tells them he knows Leon was the shooter, and he's demanding them to hand over Leon. And Manboy brings up the fact that, look, when we were in a similar situation and y'all wanted the people on my end who did y'all wrong in whatever situation that happened, I brought them to y'all. I gave y'all the people that y'all wanted to see. I let y'all handle the situation how y'all wanted to handle it. I'm expecting that same courtesy with me wanting Leon right now. So he was like, y'all got a choice to make. Let me know what y'all decide. And I'm just like, damn, Franklin ain't going to do this shit. I don't know why he came to Franklin with that.
I already knew it, bro. I already knew Franklin wasn't going to do it, bro, because it's too much love there to just give my man up for y'all to take advantage of or try to knock off, my nigga. It's too much love there, bro. So I already knew Franklin wasn't going to do it. But what Manboy had said at the end, bro, really rang true. And I was thinking that the whole episode, bro. This nigga Franklin is thinking with a lot of emotion, and Franklin really does not think like that. Franklin is a methodical nigga, bro. He thinks about all the consequences of his actions, bro. He let the love of his life, his first love, go down that drug path, my nigga, and he didn't have really any emotion to it. He really, you know what I'm saying? He cared, but he still let her do her thing. So it's just like, man, I'm seeing a lot of emotion from Franklin where you really don't get. But I understood it. That's your best friend, but Franklin got some decisions to make, bro. Some tough decisions to make. Cause like Manboy said, bro, I think he gonna have to give up my boy. He gonna have to give up Leon, bro. It's too much drama coming with it. It's too much drama coming with Leon, bro. Too much.
Crazy as fuck. And then we get to the
funny. Let me say this too. Because it's funny because I think Franklin also feels like it's his fault that Leon is in this position. Because Leon, the drive-by shooting was the byproduct of what Franklin did. Franklin was the reason why Leon got drove by or whatever. And then that's when Leon felt like he had to retaliate against Skully them. So Franklin was really the cause of this whole little reaction that started. So Franklin feels bad about what's going on. It feels like it's his fault. And that's why he wants to help him out as well. And that's why I seen in the previews of episode 6, like Leon was like, nigga, this your fault, my nigga. I'm in this position. It's just like, it is. It's true. If Franklin, it's your doing, my nigga. And that's why he's trying to help you out. But it gets to a point where Franklin got to cut ties, bro, unfortunately.
But I can't blame Franklin for thinking emotional in this situation because of the fact that it's guilt getting him. It's not just him being emotional just because that's how he is. Like, no, he's only being emotional in this situation because he knows it's truly his fault. I feel like if it wasn't his fault, it was just something out of his control that he was just being a part of, he would be way more methodical. He would be way more cutthroat with his decisions. But he's thinking like, damn, I got to make things straight because this is all off of my doing. So I don't blame Franklin for thinking emotional in this situation.
But thinking like this now, it could get more people hurt than Leon. It could get your family hurt because niggas is going, bro. Manboy finna come after him, bro. Because like I said, I think Manboy and Skully finna team up and really go after them. So if he don't give up Leon, my nigga, if more people could die in the process as collateral, and that could mean your parents could get harmed, Louis could get harmed. So like you got to think about others in this situation as well. One person doesn't need to cost like 3 other lives in the process, my nigga. So he has to think like that, bro. I understand it's your guilt, but it's a lot of guilt trips in this game, my nigga. You just gotta live with it, bro. You gotta live with it.
And then we get to the next scene where Franklin, Louis, and Jerome are thinking of a plan. They're either going to protect Leon and go to war, or they're going to give him over to prevent one. And Louis is under the impression, look, Leon turned his back on us months ago. We gave him everything he could ever need and want, and all he had to do was fall in line. He chose to not fall in line and try to do his own shit. And he been setting his own fires and getting in trouble on his own with certain shit ever since he left us. Like, this is a Leon situation. We don't need to get involved, because she pointed out the fact to Franklin. She said, if we get in war with Skully and Manboy, we're not surviving that. We might barely survive if we go to war with one of them, let alone have both Inglewood and Compton on our heads. We can't do that. We're not going to survive that. So I'm like, Louis got a point. But you got to understand, like, that's Franklin's best friend. Like, you can't just easily convince him that, we got to turn this nigga over. Like, I don't think Louis is always going to be the cutthroat thinker.
Exactly.
She don't give a damn. She business first with everything. So I love that about Louis, but Louis got to be more understanding.
Nah, she's thinking like a boss, and how most drug people have to think. Even though Franklin is feeling the guilt, she's not feeling the guilt like Franklin is feeling. She's just looking at it from like a bird's eye view. Like, yeah, my nigga, it's easily, you just got to take out Leon and we back to normal. but she's not taking into account the guilt he feels for putting Leon into this position. So yeah, that's how she looking at it.
And then next scene, we get Gustavo sneaks in to see his god kids, and he's drunk. He's spending some quality time with him because their auntie was telling him that they miss him and everything, and he thought it was best to not see them. But once he gets drunk, he realizes that he does want to see them more, so he goes over there and hangs out with them in the middle of the night. She calls the police because she thinks somebody's breaking in her house, which ends up in Gustavo being arrested. And this is what you were talking about a few minutes ago with him shouting out, "I'm in the CIA," while he's getting arrested. And I was low-key, I was like, bro, what? He did
That's
not
what I'm
say that
saying.
shit.
That's what I'm saying,
I was like, he
bro.
did not just say that shit. Man, that kind of pissed me off. That I like Gustavo, but that part right there pissed me off. I was like, bro, if you get Teddy caught up, I'm gonna be so.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I say I don't really give a fuck about Gustavo. It's Teddy that I'm thinking about in this situation. So the fact that you said I'm in the CIA, it's like, my nigga, you finna get my nigga Teddy caught up with your bullshit, my nigga. But I'm glad the police just brushed it off as like drunk speak or drunk talk or whatever. But my nigga, if they would have really did some real research on you, my nigga, they would have realized he's not in the CIA. Like, what the fuck this nigga talking about? Like, really dug into his background. But it is what it is. But I don't try. Gustavo doing too much, bro. Gustavo just doing too much for me, bro. And I thought that Gustavo, when he said when they had killed Fuentes, them like that it was even. Didn't he say that when he had killed Fuentes? Didn't he say it was even? Like, we good now? And you can listen to me, or you can listen to
you talking about with Teddy?
Yeah, Teddy and Gustavo. Didn't he say that when like I'm good? Like, I'm gonna listen to you after we killed the Fuentes them. Didn't he say that?
He did, but I can't blame him for still relapsing. Like, Gustavo ain't the person in charge though.
But my point is when he was asking about the compensation, like, yeah, I want this. It's like, damn, my nigga, you asking for all this, but I thought we was even, but you still asking for more and more and more. It's like, why do you want more for? Like, I thought we was good.
Because, bro, he lost real deal family. He lost family that ain't have shit to do with the Officer Fuentes situation. Like, they went and killed them people just to make an impression on Teddy and Gustavo living with that. Like, he like, bro, like, they had nothing to do with that situation. Like, now the other people that he had his family involved with and stuff, if they would have killed them, it probably would have been like less guilt, because it's like, okay, they already were involved with this shit. But with Officer Fuentes, them people ain't had nothing to do with that. Like, why you killing my family? They ain't got nothing to do with this situation. So I feel like that's why it's weighing on Gustavo, and that's why he keeps relapsing, because it's like, bro, I'm losing I lost the love of my life. I don't know where she is right now. Like, my family is dead. Him up.
That's what's fucking Gustavo up, bro.
Yeah,
Lucia is really fucking up, and that's why he asked Teddy if you can find Lucia, find Lucia. I need to speak to her. That's what's fucking his head up, because he been slipping ever since she left, my nigga. And I've been feeling like a real bad vibe from that nigga Gustavo, bro. Lucia done fucked him up, bro. And Lucia was a real one. I fuck with Lucia.
Mm-hmm. But we get to the next scene where Alton notices Leon has checked into his shelter. He notifies Franklin. And then we get to the next scene right after that, where Irene's newspaper is being shut down until she presents her story to the publisher and the owner of the newspaper editorial. And she's now attempting to save the paper by telling them, look, this might be the biggest story of the century. We got to get behind this. So I was really impressed by Irene to see that. I don't like Irene right now because she really just going to the max with this. I thought she was really going to keep this story to herself. She showed the whole editorial. I'm like, I hate her now. I just hate her. I would have loved her way more if she kept the story to herself. But once she showed the publisher, the editors, and all that, I'm like, oh my God, you dumbass bitch. Like, why would you do that?
She doing what she had to do, bro. She tried to say in the newspaper. She want the resources, my nigga. She trying to get to the bottom of this shit. And that's why I say, bro, Irene, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can feel how y'all feel about Irene, but I really fuck with Irene. Her energy and her motivation toward this shit, the way she just dives into her work, and she don't give a fuck about a bullet at the fuck all, bro. Damn, that shit is so crazy. And it's funny because you can kind of compare her and somebody like Franklin, because this is like her drug game in her opinion. Like, even though she could get killed in this game, she loves this shit so much, and she loves what comes with it and the attention that comes with it, that she keeps going down it. And same thing with Franklin. Franklin loves this money shit, and even though he could get killed in the process, he loves going down this path. He loves the drug game. So I can see the similarities between the two.
I respect it. She just made me mad this episode. She just pissed me the fuck off. I was like,
Yeah.
bruh, like, why did you have to save that particular newspaper? Like, why couldn't you just go for the story on your own and then go to whatever newspaper you could after that? Why are you trying to revive that specific paper?
I didn't think that was the point, though. I didn't think that was the point. Her saving the newspaper. I thought she just wanted to get the story out. She wanted to get the story together. I didn't think saving the newspaper was like the big part of the.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if you wanted to just keep going with the story and get the story more together, you already had all the information. Just keep doing your own research. Like, that's all you had to do. You ain't have to tell all these people that work at this one specific newspaper article. Like, you didn't have to do all that. Like, she pissed me off with that. I'm like, not everybody know what the fuck going on.
Exactly.
Like, who knows who they gonna tell and they gonna tell. I'm like, bro, this shit is wild.
Mm-hmm.
But then next scene, Franklin gets Leon from the shelter after Alton tells him what's going on. And then Skully doesn't want to leave the morgue. Khadijah is pissed off and ready to go. She like, look, you sitting here crying and everything. We've been here a whole 24 hours. It's time to go.
She's still in blood and shit.
Yeah, she's still covered in blood and everything. She like, I know that's our daughter, but she dead. Like, you gotta let it go. Like, she's dead. And Skully pissed me off. He's trying to fight the doctors and everything. Like, y'all don't need to cut her up. She was shot. Like, it ain't no mystery what happened to her. And he don't understand. Like, you have to do an autopsy on murder victims. Like, you have to. So I'm just like, yeah. Let it go, Skully. You acting like a little bitch right now. Just let it go.
Nah, you can't say that, bro. When his daughter just got killed, man. You can't say that nigga like a bitch. When a nigga, like, that's different from a nigga in the game getting killed. Like, them just niggas to me. But this is my daughter. This is my blood. This is my seed, my nigga. It's gonna be a totally different reaction when that gets killed, my nigga.
I know, but they've been there a whole 24 hours. Like, and Khadijah was there. She died, and Tiana died in her arms, and even she like, we can't just keep sitting here at the hospital, babe. Like, we got to go home. Like, I'm covered in blood. I'm more traumatized than you. I get it. We both traumatized.
But he feels like this is his fault. Once again, this feels like this is his fault because he's the one that put her in this position with his actions. And it's funny how, like, different characters, I keep comparing characters, but different characters have similarities. Like, he put, like, just like Leon and Franklin, he put his daughter in this position to get her killed. Like, that was on him. So he feels the guilt of that. And so he don't want to leave her because he don't want to come to the reality of what the hell is going on right now, bro.
But still, bro, you can't just stay at the hospital. What the hell you going? He literally just wanted to sit there and look at her dead body. Like, that's all he wanted to do. I'm like, why you getting mad? Like, the doctors have to take her. You wanted to sit here and look at her corpse the whole time. That's why I'm like, Skully, you gotta go, bro. You tripping. Like, come on now. But then what happened after that? Franklin gives Leon the apartment in his mother's complex to lay low, tells him to just chill, don't go nowhere. Franklin gives him a piece and everything. And Franklin and Jerome notice that this shit really taking a toll on Leon because Franklin looking like he asking Jerome, he like, what you think about when you saw him? And Jerome told him, look, he was like, I know on Leon a long time, you kill a kid, some niggas just don't come back from that. Like, you're not the same after you kill an innocent child. Like, that's not something you could just mentally bounce back from. So I was like, yeah, Franklin, you got to be a little bit sympathetic because it ain't like he did it on purpose. So
yeah, crazy. It's a crazy situation, bro. But once again, Franklin, he don't understand it because he ain't in his shoes right now, bro. Mm-hmm. Leon got niggas after him, bro. So it was funny how they did that little hallucination scene, bro, because boy really got demons right now, my nigga, and that shit is understandable.
Crazy as fuck. Teddy bails Gustavo out of jail. He just asking if he cool and everything. Gustavo like, yeah, I don't really feel like talking. I got a hangover. And then we get to the next scene with Skully's daughter is taken for the autopsy, like I said, and everything. Teddy and Gustavo, they meet up with Franklin. And Franklin is asking Teddy, look, I got a situation. 5-year-old girl was killed. Can you help me? Like, it was one of my men. He ain't specifically named who it was, but he did tell him, look, I need your help. Can you help me? Yes or no? Teddy says yes, but this is the most unsure yes I've ever heard from Teddy. Like, because I don't know, Teddy just gave a yes so quick. And I'm like, do Teddy actually know he can help Franklin with this situation? Because this is something that you can't just sweep under the rug. Like, it's a child that was killed. Like, because y'all notice, like, nobody else in the situation that got killed was brought up. Like nobody's name was said on the news later in the episode or nothing. All that was focused on was the child. Like when it comes to children and pets, like that shit is all over the news. But if you got like 3 gangbangers that die, nobody's saying anything. So I just thought that was crazy. Like, yeah, the 5-year-old girl died, but what about the teenage boys that died? Like their parents lost somebody too, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't covered on the news at all.
it's a different color, bro. It's just a different color, like you said, for kids. It's a different color.
That shit crazy.
And I feel like Teddy was kind of saying it as like unsure as he did because frankly, he didn't pull up with anybody. That was one thing he was questioning. He was like, nigga, why are you by yourself? Like that's some weird shit. So I feel like he's starting to realize what's going on. Like Franklin ain't handling business how he's supposed to. If he talking about giving niggas the day off or whatever, like, like this ain't you, bro. You ain't acting the same as you usually do. You know what I'm saying? So Freddie already noticing shit that Franklin got going on.
Right. And Irene, we get to the next scene where Irene's publisher tells her she needs another source to make her story credible because although what's his name?
Marino.
What was the name? Yeah, DA agent Marino, even though he gave her all the information she needed, he's off the
anonymous source.
Anonymous source. What do they call it though?
Off the record.
Off the record. He was an off the record source, and you're not really allowed to have that be your primary source of information when you're trying to get a story this deep. So they're telling her, look, you got to get another source. Everything you got right now in front of us is credible, but we can't present this to the public if we don't have like a reliable source that wants to be known. So, because other than that, it's just going to be a bunch of, hey, I think this is happening or I think this is happening until we get somebody that says, no, this shit is actually for real. So what do you think about that?
I got a feeling about who the hell she about to go to for some information, bro. She finna circle her ass right back around the mail. They had tell her find some type of weak link. Mel gonna tell her shit, tell her what she know, bro. And that's why it's funny that Mel hasn't been around in some episodes because now niggas forgetting Mel is around. She finna circle her ass right back around the mail. You had a close relationship with Franklin. She probably doesn't know the intricacies of what's been going on, but she's seen what's been going down in the neighborhood, and she knows what the hell Franklin been doing. So Mel might be running her mouth, bro. Like I said, it's gonna come eventually.
Mel, I don't think Mel knows that much. All Mel know is Franklin was just selling product. That's all. I mean, granted, that's still information, but that's all you got. And you think he killed your daddy. Like you know,
she knows.
Well,
she knows.
No,
if she shot him, she knows.
No, but I'm saying like Mel knows, but to everyone else, like if you say Franklin shot my daddy, everybody looking at you like, well, it clearly looks like a suicide attempt. There's no fingerprints. There's no evidence that it was Franklin. So to everybody else, they would look at Mel like, you think Franklin killed your daddy. But Mel is like, no, I know for a fact. So you can't say for a fact that she can give that evidence to Irene that Franklin did it because there is no evidence that points to Franklin. So other than the fact that she can say Franklin just been selling product, Mel ain't got that much information. She don't know nothing about how the CIA involved. She don't know nothing about how Franklin was using his money to start LLCs and all that. She don't know none of that. She knows the bare minimum.
Somebody gonna run their mouth. I'm trying to think who gonna run their mouth. Who has been cut off recently, bro? If somebody gonna run their mouth, bro. I'm blanking on who was cut off recently.
I don't think it's gonna be Mel.
Like he said, she said something about old girl, Teddy ex-wife, but she ain't gonna snitch either.
She not gonna snitch. Damn. Who else could? She can't. Wanda a crackhead. She can't go to Wanda. She don't even know Wanda.
She might be ass out.
She can't go to nobody.
She got the people that she with now though. Them brothers or whatever. The brothers in the that was in the pen. I forgot, what happened? What happened with their situation? Like I forgot all of their background with them brothers.
Like you forgot where they came from?
Yeah, I don't what season were they in?
They were in season 3, like the early half of season 3. Like either the early part or the middle of season 3. And they were the brothers who was giving Matt all that cocaine and damn near killed Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they couldn't know about the CIA stuff, possibly, if they getting cocaine from the nigga.
Yeah, they do. They know about it and everything. But
could Matt pop back up?
Matt ain't gonna snitch. Matt not giving Teddy up. If Matt gets Teddy up, he will be the most hated character in Snowfall.
It don't matter, bro. Matt could say some shit, bro.
What does Matt have to gain? Teddy saved you. Teddy saved your life.
I don't know, my nigga. This the game. I don't know.
Teddy saved your life and brought you back home and got home and made sure you got home safe with your father and never
Teddy
asked you
put
to
him
come
in that
back and be
position,
involved.
though.
Okay, but Teddy also the one who saved you.
Nigga.
What? No, like what does Matt have to gain from just giving up Teddy?
I don't
What
know,
does Matt
bro.
have to gain?
Maybe the brothers pull some strings. I don't know. And running that nigga house and get that nigga out. I don't know. I'm just thinking right now. I'm just
They're
running.
locked up. They for the run nowhere.
But they still got niggas on the outside though. They ain't like it's just them. They got niggas on the outside.
They not even getting phone calls. Like that's what they was
She's
telling
about to
Irene.
she's about to give them phone calls. Irene about to get them phone calls.
Man, they don't even know what Matt stayed.
Bro, dude, you ruling out too much shit right now. You ruling out too much shit.
Matt is not telling. I'm not listening to you. Matt is not telling.
I wouldn't rule out nothing, my nigga. I would not rule out anything.
Matt has nothing to gain. Mel has something to gain because she get back on Franklin.
I think it's Mel because that's the only person I can think of.
The brothers got something to gain because they locked up for no damn reason. They got locked up at LAX like for no reason at all. And they ain't been given no trial, no court date, no nothing. So they got something to gain. Matt has literally nothing to gain, like at all. So
we'll see. Man, we'll see.
But then, like we said earlier, Leon is having a lot of nightmares and hallucinations about what happened. And then we see Franklin mom come into the apartment and she comforts him. She gives him some emotional support because ain't nobody really tried to comfort Leon ever since this situation that happened. Like he's just been battling it on his own. So I love the fact that she came in there, basically like gave him a hug and just helped him cry and everything. And she braided his hair up to where it's like, okay, if people see your face, okay, but they ain't gonna be able to tell you by your hair now because you got braids instead of a big ass afro. So I like the fact that she tried to give him like an undercover look.
Oh, that's what she was doing. I like braided hair is like a source of comfort to most people, and I thought that's what she was doing. Like,
yeah, that too,
make you feel comfortable as well. I thought that's what they were trying to play with, but that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Better than a fro. That makes sense.
True. Yeah, that I ain't even realized that too. I forgot that it's kind of like a comfort technique. But then what happens after that? Gustavo apologizes to Teddy, tells him he wants more money in return for getting clean, so he could use that to protect his family because he told him, hey, there's no better protection than money. The more money you got, the more protection you got. So he requires money from Teddy on every shipment that they get. He wants a little bit of extra chunk of change from that. And he also tells Teddy, I want the CIA to find Lucia. And I was so happy when he said that because I've been predicting ever since before the season started, Lucia has to come back. Lucia is one of the rawest characters in this whole show. She has to come back. I hated the fact that she just left and nobody knew where the hell she went.
But she has nothing to gain from coming back. That's why I'm mad they kind of trying to wrap her back into this story. Like she has nothing to gain from coming back to this game. Like the best thing she ever did was get away from this whole situation because she knows if she goes back into this whole cycle, like it ain't nothing good is gonna happen. So I'm glad she ran away and tried to get away from it. I don't like how they trying to wrap her back in just because his emotional issues.
But I told you, bro, they're using her mother's routes to deliver their cocaine from Mexico to the U.S. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna have Lucia's mother incorporated in the show now, and Lucia just not gonna come back at all. Like, no, I knew that wasn't gonna happen. So you got the emotional tie from Gustavo that'll probably get her to come back because she loves him, so she'll probably help in that way. And also the fact that they're using your mother for what they're doing with the cocaine. So I'm like, Lucia has to come back. But then right after that, we get Manboy links up with Skully and Khadijah, and he apologizes to Skully and lets him know, look, I know I told you not to get your daughter involved in any of this shit, but it's damn near both of our fault at the end of the day. You can't just blame yourself. You can't sit here and play the blame game with yourself. You gotta let that shit go. Like it's damn near on all of us, low.
I'm about to say it's on all of them.
Yeah. I didn't like the fact that he told him it's not your fault. I was like, now why you lying to this nigga? Like, you know it's his fault that she got killed. It's all y'all fault. Really, all y'all gang banging. So no matter who she around gang banging shit. So I feel
but
like
she wasn't really around Manboy like that though. So I don't think it was really Manboy's fault more than it was Skully's fault. Manboy wasn't around, but I don't think that was like a product of her like getting shot.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if she were to be around Manboy, like if you were to be around your uncle or be around your daddy, you were around gang shit either way. So Skully probably thought, hey, I'm her daddy. She gonna stay with me regardless. So she just gonna grow up in the gang life. Whether she around you or whether she around me, she gonna be around this shit. So it is both of y'all fault. But he also said something else too. Damn, what else happened in that scene? Oh, the truce. Basically, like the truce on how they gonna go about the situation of finding Leon or whatever.
What they said? I don't remember that.
I think it was just the fact that Manboy kind of.
Oh, he said he had something in motion. Manboy had said he got something in motion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember
that's
that.
what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What happened after that? Irene questions Danilo and Diego, the two brothers we was talking about, asking them what they know about the CIA. And she offers to get them a trial, but y'all got to snitch. She told them, I'll get y'all whatever y'all need. Y'all get the phone calls y'all need. I can give y'all a fair trial. I ain't promising y'all that y'all gonna get out, but I can at least get y'all due process. What happened after that? Teddy tells Franklin and Louis that the cops have Leon's prints on the bullets that were shot when he killed Tiana, and there's literally
I was kind of confused by that. He never touched the bullet. He never touched the bullet.
Yeah, I was looking confused too. But like the prints can still be on the bullets after you load the clip. So after you load the clip and you shoot, like if certain bullets don't explode like after they're shot, because some bullets actually stay in a whole bullet form. Mm-hmm. So they probably got one of them bullets and they seen Leon print on one of them.
So he actually put the bullet into the gun. Because I'm thinking like, but he had some big ass guns though. Like he had like a clip type of gun like that he was using. Like he wasn't using a revolver where you would have to put a bullet in. So when they was like he actually had prints on the bullet, I'm like he had a clip. Like he had no reason to actually touch a bullet in that situation, unless he had put. I don't know. I was kind of confused by that.
Maybe the top bullets on the top of the clip. Maybe his thumb probably swiped across the top bullets on the top of the clip before you just push the whole clip in.
I guess we got to make sure piece together because that didn't make sense to me, honestly.
I'm like, damn. So Teddy telling Franklin, look, you ain't really got no other choice. Like he got to get turned in, like because the police are not going to stop. This is a child that is dead, and y'all are all listed as known associates. So the longer it takes for them to find Leon, the more heat that's gonna come down on y'all, and the more the police are gonna start questioning y'all, pulling up on y'all, and all of that. So I'm like, damn, bro. You got a choice to make. And Franklin pissed the hell off too. He like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Shit crazy.
Shit, I know what to do. Hey, bro, you got to do what he got to do, man. He got to keep it a beat with himself, bro. He got to do what he got to do, truly, bro. Yeah. I think he gonna make the decision next episode, I think.
And then right after that happens, Leon and Fatback are blasted all over the LA news, saying that they're the killers for Skully's daughter.
Yeah. And
they're both wanted and everything. And Louis is really suggesting right now, we got to kill Leon. Like, that's the only option. And she was like, I'm not going to pull up on him with y'all, because if I pull up with y'all, he going to know some shit up. So y'all need to pull him up, lie to him, tell him that y'all got another safe house, and just take him way out somewhere and just get the job done. I'm like, bro, Louis is cold-hearted as
That's
fuck.
why I love her ass, though, bro. She gonna boss that shit around, bro. She don't give a fuck about their emotion, my nigga. She gonna do what needs to be done. She gonna do what that needs to be done. That's why I fuck with Louis so heavy, my nigga.
I fuck with Louis too, but you just gonna kill him? Like, you just saying it's so easy. Like, it's Leon, bro. Like, what?
Like you said, that nigga ain't been around. That nigga ain't been around for a minute, bro. That nigga ain't been around for a minute. She like, that nigga ain't helping us with our daily business. It's like, man, that nigga is expendable.
If this was Jerome, would Louis have that same attitude?
Jerome actually helping with the business, though. Leon wasn't even helping with the business no more.
But I'm saying, let's say Jerome fell out with all of them for some reason. Would Louis have this same attitude? If this was
knowing Louis, she would, bro. Knowing
bro.
Bro, think about who you talking about, bro. Louis?
No, bro. No. If this was Jerome and Leon's situation, I promise you, Louis would not have this "we got to kill him" mindset. She'll do whatever she can to try and make this shit work.
Louis would do whatever, bro.
She just say that.
I think Louis would do whatever. I think she would do it.
Louis will do whatever if it ain't strictly connected to her. I feel like if it's strictly connected to her, she a little bit more emotional with how she handles shit. Like she didn't even really want to kill Claudia that night that she had to kill Claudia. But she did it anyway. The shit hurt her though. Like that shit really hurt her. So the way she just cold-heartedly said, we just got to kill Leon, I'm like, she'll be way more hesitant to say that if it was Jerome. even if she did say it, she'll be way more hesitant.
Too many niggas getting killed, product getting stopped. Decisions have to be made.
But then we see Khadijah is pressing Skully and Manboy to hurry up and kill Leon. And like we said, that's when Manboy telling her, look, I already got shit in motion. Like, just calm the fuck down. Like, I know what's going on. But Skully is like, man, shit, my girl keep pressing me. I'm finna go out here and do the shit myself. So Skully go ahead and leave out the house. He telling Manboy to watch her. And what happens? Leon notices he's a wanted man, and he goes back home to get money from another stash that he had hidden, the money that we was talking about not too long ago. And once he gets that money, Skully catches him in the act. Like, Skully catches him leaving out his mama house. And I'm like, damn, I knew that was finna happen too. Like, as soon as I seen Leon leave from the apartment, I was like, Skully finna catch his ass.
Obviously, they gonna go to your house, bro. Obviously, bro. That's the first place you gonna look, my nigga. You know you have to go home at some point. You have something at the house that you want to get. And niggas know that. So they was out there probably for a minute too, like waiting for this nigga. Like, yeah, he gonna come back. They probably was stayed there for a minute.
They was sitting in a parking spot right in front of his mama house. I'm like, bro, you wild. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that nigga already knew what was good, my nigga. So I already, because that's so predictable, my nigga. I understood it.
But Franklin and Jerome come just in time and save Leon. I was so thankful. I was like, bro, is Skully finna kill Leon? Like, if Skully kill Leon, Skully gotta die. Skully has to die.
And it's funny because I think Franklin is gonna look back and regret that decision he made, because if Skully would have just killed that nigga Leon right then and there, a lot of issues could have been solved and we moving on to the next. But damn, him saving Leon is causing way more problems. Now Skully like, oh, this nigga trying to save him too, and Manboy already know he trying to save him. Now it's like, now you got them niggas looking at you even closer because now you trying to hide out Leon, who killed the niece and the daughter. It's like, my nigga, he gonna regret that. He gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have just let that nigga Leon just get killed.
I said the same thing. I was like, they already kind of assuming that you protecting Leon because you ain't turning them in. But now, like, they got your face. They got your face now, nigga. Like, they see you protecting him visibly. So I'm like, yeah, Franklin, he finna regret this shit, dog. This shit is not finna go well. And then right after that, Irene finally gets the okay for her story, and the job provides whatever resources she needs. And her boss is telling her, look, you need to find a weak link to talk to, like we was talking about a few minutes ago. And the final scene of the show, of this episode, Manboy pulls up on Franklin one last time for Leon, and he's telling them, look, y'all still ain't bringing me what I want. So until then, we can no longer do business with each other. And Franklin looking like, nigga, I got the plug. Like, I ain't worried if you don't want to do business. You the one who came to me looking for business anyway. But this is why I love Manboy, because Manboy get it. He told Franklin, I'm Compton. You can't step foot in Compton without my okay. So you lost that whole city. Skully is Inglewood. If I don't get Skully to calm down, you can't step foot in Inglewood. And Leon just fucked everything you was doing. He just fucked that up in the projects. So you just lost out on the projects, Compton, and Inglewood, all in a matter of 48 hours. Like, you think you all right just because you got the plug. No, you ain't got nobody to sell to now, nigga. So all you got is this little area of South Central, and that's all you got to work with. But
hashtag expansion.
Yeah, I was about to say, but Manboy don't know they expanding though. So I'm just like, but Manboy, he got my respect with that. He was like, he know what he doing as far as LA. But Franklin, they got to start at ground zero damn near, even though they expanding, because they got only this much of LA now as opposed to all the shit they had before. So I'm real interested to see how that's gonna work in next episode. And
that's what we see it in the previews. Teddy and Franklin were having that conversation, and I was like, and it looked like Teddy was telling Franklin, like, hey, you gotta do what need to be done, my nigga, because I'm pretty sure the paper is moving in slow because Skully ain't working for him no more, and damn Manboy ain't working for him no more. So Teddy like, hey, you gotta do what need to be done, my nigga. If that nigga gotta go to jail so this product can keep moving, that's what needs to be done, my nigga. You trying to be emotional with your shit, and that's what that nigga Teddy had told him in the previews, and I'm right there with him, bro. You that's not your game. And that was another thing Manboy had told him. You've never been emotional. You've always been methodical. Even when you had made decisions I didn't like, I still had to respect it because he making a business decision. But now you making emotional decisions, which was consistent. Yeah. But now you making emotional decisions. That ain't even you. So now you trying to protect your boy. And like I said before, this might cost Franklin a couple more bodies in the process, bro.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised. And I was just, at the end of the episode, I'm just like, bro, what the fuck finna happen? And for episode 6, I'm looking like, we see Franklin get arrested too. So I'm like, is Franklin and Leon finna be in jail at the same time? Like,
they ain't got nothing on they ain't got nothing on Franklin though. They just arrested Franklin because they don't have Leon yet. So they probably trying to intimidate him or something like that.
But I don't know, bro. Don't be surprised, y'all, if Franklin and Leon locked up at the same fucking time.
I do not want to see Franklin back in jail.
I don't either. But don't be surprised. Just don't be surprised if it happened.
I don't think they got nothing on my nigga, but I was about to say some shit. Fuck, I don't forget what the fuck I was about to say. Like,
but they might not have nothing on him when it comes to Leon. But what if Irene pulls some shit up? What if Irene pulls some shit up and be able to go to the police for something to get Franklin arrested that she might be able to question him in jail with? That's all we don't know, bro.
Anonymous source? Anonymous information? Source. Oh, that shit could be fake.
It's the LA.
She has nobody to confirm the story. Like, that's what you need. You need an actual witness. You can't just go in there with like a piece of paper and some folders and say, yeah, like we say you did this. Like, who told you this? Who gave you this information? Nobody?
It's LAPD, bro.
It don't matter who it is if you have no witness. If Marino is not coming to the stand against Franklin, she has nothing. That's why she needs somebody else to confirm her story.
Oh, I'm just saying to get him in jail, not to keep him in there. I'm just saying, like, get him arrested to just get him in there to question him. That's what I'm saying.
He probably gonna get questioned. He probably gonna get questioned, but I don't think. Yeah, he's not staying in there though. I don't think he's staying in there.
I don't know.
What you got for
predictions? Wanda going back to crack now that Leon is not there to be her emotional support.
I forgot all about Wanda ass.
That's what I'm predicting we'll see in episode 6 because we didn't see her at all in 5. So Wanda going back to crack because she don't got Leon to support her. Skully will die in episode 6. I am predicting it right now. Skully will die. And Leon will have to leave. Leon has to leave LA. To survive, he has to go somewhere else. I don't know if he got to go to Arkansas to where they expand into or whether he just got to go somewhere else until shit completely die down with his investigation. But those are my 3 biggest takeaway. Those are my 3 biggest predictions. Wanda gonna get back on crack. Skully gonna die, and Leon has to leave LA.
I think Leon got to go to jail, bro, because even if Leon goes away, like Franklin's problems are still there. Like, you just can't run away, my nigga, because I'm still gonna have issues in LA when I need them shits to be solved with either you in jail or you dead. So I don't think him going away solves everything Franklin needs to be solved. So I think either one of those two, either him, he's gonna die or he's going to jail. One of the two is gonna happen next episode. And damn. I already know the truce is gonna happen, but that's it, man. I think Mel is gonna talk though. That's another thing. I think Mel will talk this episode. We're gonna see Mel again, and she's gonna give some interesting information. Nothing on the CIA, but she's gonna confirm, like, yeah, Franklin be doing that shit. Like, I've seen Franklin, and maybe she possibly tells her about her dad. Like, yeah, he killed my dad, because Irene already knows some dirty shit was going on anyway, and that's why she was questioning Mel in the first place. So she already knows some foul play was involved. So if Mel confirms that and says, yeah, Franklin really in this game, he be running with this person, that person, this, that, the third, you know what I'm saying? She could put some shit together. And she already got the information with the CIA, you know what I'm saying? And that information can probably be confirmed by the brothers. Mm-hmm. I forgot their name, but yeah, that can be something.
Diego and Danilo.
Yeah. And yeah, that's
all
it.
Right. Yeah, that was the end of the episode. Yep.
Yes, sir, bro. This is the best episode. I mean, this is the best season.
Yeah.
This is the best season of Snowfall, my boy. This show keeps getting better, my boy. This shit crazy. Episode 4 and episode 5 were great, man. Looking forward to what happened next episode. Looks like a lot of emotion. Whole lot of emotion, my nigga. And you can hit on with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at QANDE Podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, or concerns.
Yes, and you can subscribe to us on YouTube. Oh, also, I want to give a shout out. Shout out to the YouTube love that we get for this Snowfall series. A lot of love, a lot of comments. I love that y'all interacting with the Snowfall series, bro. Definitely hit that like and subscribe button. We definitely been seeing growth with the channel, so I definitely want to say appreciate that. And subscribe to my my YouTube channel as well. Just type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar and definitely press that subscribe button. We appreciate you guys for listening.
Oh, and shout out to Gail Bean. She's been showing us a lot of love by liking our videos and stuff. If y'all don't know Gail Bean, she the one who played Wanda. So yeah, shout out to her. She been showing our videos love.
Yes, sir. We appreciate y'all for listening, and we out. Peace.